Mimi, Samia Suluhu Hassan.
At exactly 10 a.m. this Monday, Dodoma will come to a standstill. Roads blocked, drones in the air, and soldiers forming a steel ring around the Dodoma military grounds. Inside, President Samia Suluhu Hassan will take the oath for her first fully elected term. In a ceremony closed to the public, the 31 million Tanzanians who voted for her, boycotted by ex-presidents and shadowed by days of unrest. This isn't just a swearing in, it's the climax of an election that has left Tanzania in silence and the region on edge. It is official. The Independent National Electoral Commission declared Samia Suluhu Hassan the winner of Tanzania's 2025 presidential election with 97.66% of the vote. Out of the 37.6 million registered voters, authorities claim 31.9 million ballots were cast.
Dr. Samia Suluhu Hassan, representing the Chama Cha Mapinduzi CCM party, received a total of 31,913,866 votes in the most recent presidential election. This remarkable number of votes, which was officially recorded and confirmed, is equivalent to 97.66% of all valid ballots cast, reflecting a decisive and overwhelming victory for Dr. Hassan and her party.
But opposition parties call it fiction because the main challenger, Chadema, was barred from the race and its leader Tundu Lissu remains in detention on treason charges. Protests have since gripped Dar es Salaam, Arusha, Mwanza and Zanzibar, despite a nationwide internet blackout and the arrest of activists and journalists. And yet, come Monday morning, the country witnesses a perfectly choreographed display of order, a state victory narrative in full control. From the streets of Kariakoo to the shores of Unguja, the message is clear: stay home and keep quiet, government says. Tanzania is effectively under an undeclared state of emergency. Military checkpoints, silent cities, and press under tight watch. The UN has confirmed at least more than 100 deaths in the post-election clashes, but local human rights groups whisper that hundreds may be missing. Opposition claims over 1,000 Tanzanians have been killed. Social media has been blocked for days. VPNs barely work, and reporters say soldiers are forcing people to delete protest footages. What's unfolding isn't just suppression, it is erasure. The venue tells its own story. Dodoma military grounds, not a public stadium, not a civic square. Only vetted CCM members, military brass and foreign dignitaries attend. The rest of the country watches through TBC, Tanzania's state broadcaster, if they can watch at all. Former presidents, not invited. Ordinary citizens, barred. And the timing, 10 a.m. sharp. Saa 4 asubuhi is deliberate. A morning event to minimize risk, limit crowds, and project total control. Even the sky over Dodoma is patrolled by surveillance drones, according to local reports. Suluhu's victory speech was brief but telling. Tanzanians have spoken decisively for continuity, she said. And then came the line that echoed across the continent: peace will be maintained by all means necessary.
Matukio yale yaliyofanywa maeneo hasa kwenye miji ya Dar es Salaam, Arusha, Mwanza na Mbeya na Songwe, kwa vyovyote vile hayakuwa yakiungwa mkono, hayakuwa yakiungwana na ya kizalendo. Mzalendo hujenga nchi na sio kubomoa nchi iliyojengwa kwa nguvu na jasho la wananchi. Serikali inalaani na kukemea vikali matukio yale. Nalotaka kusema hapa ni kwamba kwenye suala la usalama wa nchi na taifa la Jamhuri ya Muungano wa Tanzania hakuna mbadala, bali ni kutumia mbinu zote za kiulinzi na kulibakisha taifa likiwa salama.
That single phrase has defined the mood of this inauguration, because peace in this context means obedience, and continuity means consolidation of power, repackaged with a softer voice but the same machinery. CCM. Across the border, Kenya is watching carefully. President William Ruto has not confirmed attendance, and that silence is political. Showing up risks legitimizing an election the world sees as predetermined. Staying away risks alienating a key EAC partner. It's a diplomatic balancing act, one that underscores the growing unease in East Africa. Meanwhile, social media across the region, from Nairobi to Kampala to Kigali, is flooded with one question. When leaders win with 98%, who really lost? It's a rhetorical question with a regional echo. Let's put the 97.66% in perspective. It's not an election result. It's a declaration of dominance. By locking out opposition parties, controlling media narratives, and militarizing streets, Tanzania has staged what some analysts call an election of confirmation, not competition. And yet, beneath the fear, resistance simmers. Leaked footage from Mwanza and Arusha shows protesters chanting haki si ombi, tunataka inchi yetu. Justice is not a request. That sentiment may be silenced, but it hasn't disappeared. Monday's swearing in lasts less than 2 hours, but its symbolism will outlast the ceremony. No opposition, no former presidents, no public. Even the 31 million who voted for her have not been given any chance to celebrate her victory. Just the image of Samia Suluhu, hand on the Quran, surrounded by the seat. A tableau of control disguised as democracy. Its power choreographed to perfection and silence enforced as peace. For East Africa, this is a mirror, a warning about how democracies die, not in chaos but in ceremony, through institutions that look legitimate but serve only one side. And Kenya, with its noisy politics and messy freedoms, stands in stark contrast. Because even with its flaws, Kenya's openness is what keeps it alive. In Tanzania today, silence has become the loudest sound. When President Suluhu raises her hand at 10 a.m., the cameras capturing a confident leader, a seamless handover, and a nation united. That is a mark of the biggest betrayal to democracy. But beyond her lenses, in the alleys of Dar, in the whispers of Arusha, are the silent grief of Zanzibar. Another Tanzania exists. One that knows peace without freedom isn't peace at all. And that's the story behind the oath, the part you won't see on state media. Newsroom, Maisha TV, Bushabi Jr.